I didn't mean to show you guys this in like action, but it's happening right now. I am freezing to death right now. Hello everyone and welcome back to ASKA. Last time we made our goal of building the cottage for our 2 villagers before winter hits, and we have like 9.5 real life minutes to go, so we made that. The problem is we basically have no food to survive the winter. We have a tiny little bit, but not a whole bunch. And also none of my villagers have any work duties as it is right now. So we do need to get some more production going, because otherwise this game is gonna be pretty impossible to progress in. I mean, you can play without the villagers, but it's kind of boring and it takes forever. So I do plan on seeing if we can summon 2 more. I did place down so we can make 2 more beds in the cottage, so they can all snuggle up there during the winter. I think we should also look into getting some warehouses down and making someone work there so they can take care of all the trash that's gonna accumulate on the ground, like sticks and bark and resin and stuff like that. Normally plopping down a warehouse quite early in the game and having someone deal with everything like that is a pretty good idea if you don't want your game to get super clogged up with everything everywhere. So yeah, but I'm just gonna build those 2 extra beds, and then we need to find some more Jotun blood so we can summon 2 more friends. And now that the beds are built, we do need some more Jotun blood so we can summon some more villagers. Oh, let's just tear this down because it's quite annoying. You are using it right now, I see that, but when you're done, let's just tear it down. And didn't we already have built? Oh yeah, we did have a well over here. So I'm gonna go hunting for some Jotun blood. Maybe we should make at least one of them do something else. You know what? You can work as a gatherer for now, just because we are gonna be struggling a little bit maybe with food during the winter. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure it's gonna be an issue because we only have 2 villagers for now. Why is my inventory full? Oh, I have so much crap. Let me just get rid of that before we venture out. It's gonna make it a little more useful to have a clear inventory when we go out. So cross your fingers for something good. Oh, craftsman and mighty vigor. Oh, I do like those. Nocturnal resistance is also pretty good because then you can have night shifts, but I think crafting is what we're gonna go with. And if you guys don't know, when you summon one, you can already load up the next one so it's ready to go in case you have a lot of Jotun blood on you. So that's just a little tip so you don't have to carry extra around or put it into storage. Let's see if I can drop some of the stuff that I already have on me here. I think I also have quite a few seeds. Would be nice to get that farm up and going as well. There's a lot of stuff we need. I was thinking of putting the farm area back here maybe because it's a bit big and open space, so it kind of makes sense to do that, and it could be kind of cozy maybe. Maybe we can do it here. I do like these big what is it, willow tree, you know, big giant oak trees. They are so nice. Let's pop this down, and then we also need to build a whole bunch of road to connect everything, because it's just, it helps you move faster through everything, and it doesn't drain your stamina when you run on the road. I think it maybe drains a tiny little bit, but I'm not sure it's actually like an issue then. So it would be very useful if you plan out to build a lot of road connecting everything. since I think I did mention this in the first episode, I did turn off invasions for now, at least in this game, because I want to focus on going out and exploring and sailing and looking at everything away from this island, basically. So right now it won't be that big of an issue that my village is spread out. Normally it will be more useful to have your the beginning of your village at least be very tight together, so all the buildings are really like snuggled up next to each other, so you can build a wall around it and towers and really defend everything. So that's just a little tip if you are wondering why my village, as you can see here on the map, is kind of spread out a little bit, and now I'm building farm even further away. So yeah, that's just a little tip as to why I'm doing that. It is simply just because for this specific game it makes sense to just place stuff where I want. The villagers will still be complaining that the structures are defenseless and it's not enclosed by walls because they can't understand the fact that we don't have invasions on. So there's that. Winter is here. Yes, the winter is here. So that's also why I'm collecting a lot of fibers. Well, because, well, first of all, you should always be collecting those in the beginning of the game because you really do need all of that rope. But it's also really good to have to make some clothing for your villagers. Yeah. Oh, that one gave 3. That was nice. And I think I'm just gonna... Do we have room for... Yeah, we have room for more. So I think I'm just gonna take this and then run back so we can get the Eye of Odin going again. So we can get that second guy to join us. Oh, Stone Harvest 11. Yes! And since I do plan on building a lot of road, I am picking up a lot of the small stones as well to bring back with me, because road just requires like insane amounts. And then normally it can be a pretty good idea if you have room to carry it to bring one of the stones back with you as well, because you're gonna need them, at least here in the beginning. And again, since we have invasions off, we won't be getting extra stones directly delivered into my village, because normally when you harvest all the corpses, the revenants and brights and whatever, some of them do give stone, and it's really useful because then they basically just deliver big stones right into the middle of your village, which early game is just nice. So we don't have that. You can turn invasions back on, and I do think we will be doing that when we are a little bit further along in the game. Normally I do have them on in the beginning, but I just figured I wanted to try something a little different. Rain Dancer, that's pretty useful. Blossom Tender, I mean, that could be useful for the farm and gathering portion. And we do need one more to summon an extra, but I think we only have that one extra bed. Oh, we also have the shelter actually. So we could summon one more than the guy that is on the way, and he could have the shelter if need be. You can also cram more villagers into the house. I think I had like 8 or 9 in there in a different game at one point. They aren't super happy if you do that. Let's be honest. That's not really their thing. Do we have someone that would be good at this? Wood cutting? No. Stone? No, not really. Workshop? I mean, this guy could technically be decent as a workshop guy. Someone was spooked by a wisp, I think. Oh, I also need to move this. I normally keep it on like 3 or 4, depending a little bit on what I feel like. I think it would be nice though to have a little weapon happening. Just because, even though we won't be getting all the invasions, it's still nice to defend yourself, and obviously there is still the option to go out and find something that wants to kill us. We have not explored the map yet, as you can see, because the shipwreck was here and then the mine was just over here, and that was like, okay, bingo, we're good for now. But obviously we are gonna go explore at some point and look at everything, figure everything out. Okay, we need to give you some tasks. Creating a rope is probably good because all the builders are gonna need it. A bigger axe and a better pickaxe, yes. And then maybe just a heavy club, I think. Probably a fishing rod as well, because we are going to be using that, and we will be needing a rope maker. For now, this is what we can do. We're going to upgrade it though, so we can get some better production going. And let me just remove some of these so we can maybe make a warehouse close to the mine. That seems like a good idea, so we can have the workshop and the coal, the bloomery, and all the mine production next to each other, and that will just be useful to have a warehouse. Now that I played ASKA for, a while, obsessively a lot, I do also know that you can try to plan out your village, you can make the roads, you can plan everything the way you want it, and still late game you're probably gonna be like, would be better if I place things differently. So on some of my games I try to be a little more planned out, think it through, make the roads, make stuff look a little nicer. And on some games like this, I do think about where to place things, but it won't necessarily be placed like on straight roads with corners and everything like that. So that's a little back and forth depending on the mood. And since this is already a little bit of a wrecked game in a way, because we did mess with the settings, I figured it would be fun to just place things where we feel like, instead of optimizing to the best of the abilities, So yeah, one day maybe I can give you guys a tour of some of my other games where I did it completely differently. I also love watching other people play ASKA and see how different everybody does this, because I hadn't seen anyone else play it when I started playing. So in the beginning my games were just 100% me. But obviously the more you watch other people play, the more influenced you get, and the more you're like, oh, this was smart and I'm gonna try this. And that's partly why I really enjoy watching other people play this game. Yes, you are complaining. I think you can actually turn off the villagers complaining at you. I feel like I've seen that in a setting somewhere. Hold on, I think I saw that somewhere. Gameplay settings, camera shake, event time. See, I think you can turn events on and off as well. No bothering villagers. And I'm not sure what this does, but I think maybe if we turn that on, they won't annoy me. And now we got Bossy to join us. So let's start by giving you some housing so you won't be annoying. And then what did you get? Your rain dancer, blossom tender, athlete. Okay, he's not good with stone, but he's winter resilient. That is pretty damn good. Okay, we haven't really gotten anyone that has these skills that we actually want, but yeah, I think we're gonna get the farm up and running as fast as we can though, so we can get the fiber. Oh, I think I sometimes call it flax, but fiber going, the fiber production, because fiber is healthy for us and stuff like that. And the snow came. Yes. Since I chose to play ASKA in this playthrough, there is the penalty of struggling a lot in the cold weather because she has like no resilience basically. So that means I also quite often have to go in and get warm because we don't have the clothing production up. Again, a little bit of a penalty because I chose to not start in spring as you normally would. So that's on me. And here we go. I am somewhat warm again at least. And what about this? Didn't we have a fire here? Yeah. Oh, it's just completely out of fuel. Okay. Let's pick up some of these sticks then. It might be a really good idea to have this going just for when it is daytime, people are outside, it's cold, it's freezing. And now we are hitting that part of the game where it's a little bit annoying because I can't really be outside for that long at a time. It's also cold and dark. So like, yeah. And it is also just dark a lot of the time. So that makes it a little more difficult to plan out everything. Like right now, obviously you can still see what we're doing. But sometimes it will just be pretty much darkness. So yeah, we got that going for us, or maybe not. So I'm just going to be warming up a little bit and then see if I can find a stone so we can continue working on the workshop over here. But again, just waiting for the heat. Actually, while we wait, we could cook our one onion here. So we can have a cooked onion. Yummy! Sometimes I end up only carrying onion and garlic on me, which then is annoying because right now I'm hungry, but I don't like need health. So it's stupid to use it on that. So let me just pick up something else here, some beetroot. And I know you can cook those as well, but I'm not going to be running back right this second because I did want to see if I could break some stone. And I don't know if you guys are aware of this, it's just a little tip if you haven't experienced. When your cold, like your temperature bar runs out, mine is halfway now. When it hits 0, you do still have a little bit of room to get to a fire. It's not like an insta freezing to death. You are freezing to death, but it's not like insta froze, you know? So you do have a little time to work with there. Not a lot, I will say that, but if you are close enough, you can see the fire pit, you just need to turn it on or something like that. Like you do have time. And I didn't mean to show you guys this in like action, but it's happening right now. I am freezing to death right now. So, but your help bar does take a little while before it gets there, so. Let's just go in and warm up. I have experienced if you are playing with fire, I would say, but technically it's more like playing with frost. In the morning or in the evening where the villagers are going in and out of the cottage, you can risk them all like blocking the doors. You can't really get in, so you're not really getting close enough to warm up. So it is a little bit risky to do that if you know they are going in and out. And again, you don't have to even run into the cottage. You can just warm up at a fire outside. And normally it wouldn't even be an issue because we would have some clothing on us. But honestly, it makes sense that I'm freezing to death when I am just in a little tank top and some leather-like looking pants, but not the leather pants you can create in the game. So let's see if we can actually get to building this. And again, having roads would help, and obviously I'm also sick in the game right now, so that's gonna make it a little bit harder because my stamina just won't really come back. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait for my stamina to slowly regain and build this, hopefully before I freeze to death. How's the food situation actually looking? Okay, we actually do have like a good enough amount. They won't starve, I think. Okay, I managed to build it and break my hammer all in once. Okay then. Let's just go and warm up again. Sometimes I have combated this issue by just building a fire next to where I'm working, so I don't have to go back and forth too much. It kind of depends if you find it worth it or not. Overall, it will be worth building a fire next to the workshop because we are having the workshop just that tiny bit away from the rest of the habitation area. So having some fire next to the mine and the workshop and the warehouse will overall be helpful. But again, then we are talking about planning out the city, and I haven't really done that for this map at all. So yeah, we are also only like 5 days in. Well, 4, but in a few minutes we're gonna be 5 days in. It does feel a little bit like I'm very behind in this game, because normally at winter time I'm much further ahead in the game because I had a lot more days to do it. Let me just pick up that firewood because I think we are gonna be needing that. So I wanted to see which building we are gonna put on what side, because leatherworking has like a way that it's turned, so normally it's actually best to place that first, I feel, so you can get it that the way you want. And the weaver is like that. Okay, let's just pin those. And my hammer broke, so we do need another hammer. I don't have any sticks on me. Apparently there's just a whole bunch of firewood lying around here. Okay. I guess that's why we were talking about getting that warehouse up and running as well, so someone else can deal with that. I think the weather is turning bad again, maybe? But at least we're not insta-freezing here. Supply what we have. We should have like 2 builders, right? Yeah. I like sorting them according to workstation because that places the builders mostly on top. Sometimes if you have bloomery and stuff, obviously they are above. But it just makes it easy for me to see how many like unemployed villagers I have when you have like a whole bunch of them running around. And right now I do, oh, while it's saving it's a little laggy, there we go. Right now I do want to build the weaver first, I think, because I think that's going to be most beneficial for getting some warmer clothing. And it's probably going to end up so right when I'm getting to actually having warmer clothing, then winter is over. But you know, then we are prepared for the next one at least. And that's also something. Oh, I am freezing again. Maybe we can place a fire. Like here, we can always move it later, I guess. And it just requires some sticks, also because the villagers are also gonna be freezing out here, so helping them stay alive. And hold to ignite. Ooh, this is tough. I was getting a little bit cold. And we might as well cover it because, again, we're just gonna need that to happen. We haven't really explored out here, but it does look like there is a lot of deer and stuff out here. Not so much right now, but I feel like we saw some over here in the beginning when we arrived. Oh, I am freezing again. Oh, this is gonna be like the theme of this episode, isn't it? Just me trying to not freeze to death, basically. Okay, well. We do have a lot of firewood lying around though, so that is at least something that's helpful. Did you take all the bark that I needed, dude? Hello? That was slightly rude of you. I'm just gonna be chopping down some trees, getting some warmth back into my fragile body here, and then chopping down some more trees. Because it seems like this builder guy is just all over picking everything up and delivering it to be built. I wouldn't mind having some of the bark though, so we can cover the fire, because, well, blizzard is coming and it's about to get a whole lot cooler, apparently. And now I'm sick again, so I won't be regaining stamina. And that means it's gonna take forever to chop down this tree. And if I don't chop it down, I won't have any bark. Without the bark, the fire is gonna go out and we have to go back. So, you know, it's just a whole spiral of things not really working together here. I feel like if we had invasions on, there was 100% also gonna be like blood moons or bear attacks or something like that happening. During the blizzard, I would freeze to death. So I think that is probably a good idea that I didn't pick to do everything hard for myself here. I have considered making a like hardcore ASKA game where if you die, you die, and making the invasions really hard in difficulty just because it's maybe fun. And now I can't turn the fire on because it's snowing. At least I'm not sick anymore, so maybe I can cut this down. Okay, he actually finished it with the bark he had, so good on you, dude. You were actually helpful for once. Thank you. But yeah, let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing a like hardcore ASKA playthrough. And it's just like, if we die, we die. We have invasions on, we have them on the Viking difficulty, and basically just see how far we get. Or not get, maybe more. It would be the case. Can I make some more rope? Not a whole bunch. Not even a little bunch, actually, just one little piece. And 16 wood harvesting, yay! Let's see if I can just finish this one and then go warm up once more. Adding some of this. Okay, so basically my inventory is just filled with firewood at this point. Okay, well, sure. But yeah, I think it would be maybe a good idea if we had the road going from the mine up along the side here with the workshop. And then maybe if we clear this out over here behind, then we can make the other workshop that we need back here. So they are next to each other, because honestly it just makes stuff a little easier to keep everything together, in my opinion. And then we from here make one road down to where they live. And I do know that it's not the most optimal way of doing it, because there is some transportation times from where they wake up, they feed, they do whatever they need to, and then they go to work. I do know that you could optimize this. Oh, I placed that a little annoyingly, didn't I? I'm not great with placing down the roads, honestly, so they don't mess up everything else, because like now this is gonna have like this huge bump down here, and that's gonna be annoying. So yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not great with doing this. Not everything has to be a road, I guess. I don't know if we can go through here, honestly. Nope, because then there's a stone in the way. Okay, well, honestly, we did talk about removing that fire at some point anyway, so we might do that. Let's just keep that in mind, because it might be useful to just actually move that. And then we want something going from here in front of the cottage. Was that too close? Maybe. Going here. And then maybe we should just do it straight over this way. And it's gonna take so much stone to build these. It's gonna be so annoying. Let's just... it will be. It definitely will be. So if we move this shelter here, because no one's sleeping here anyway, dismantle this. And then we actually maybe dismantle this as well. Just all of it. Yeah. So we can have the road going through there. I am freezing again. I'm not sure it can pass through here. Oh, please let me do that. Yep. And now I don't have a fire out here because I just dismantled it like an idiot. So now I'm freezing to death. Let me warm up in here a little bit. And then we definitely do need to place some strategic fireplaces. Lanterns also give a little bit of a heat boost, not a whole bunch. So if it's really cold and you're not protected, you will still freeze, just a little bit slower than you normally would have. But I think we will end the episode here. Obviously not a whole bunch happened because it was just mostly planning out some roads, not freezing to death. We'll hope for some more fun and exciting things in the next episode. However, I do hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye!